All right, so in this video, we are going to get into what is the ultimate goal for believers, what is the ultimate goal for non-believers, whatever it might be. What is the ultimate goal for life? I'm reading this book called Self-Mastery, and I just want to share this with you guys because I think this is so good for anybody that wants to be their best self. And what am I talking about? Best self. The self of us that is not thinking about ourselves. That's what he talks about in this book. Not thinking about ourselves, not focused on ourselves, focused on giving, focused on dying to ourselves, sacrificing ourselves, and living through love, wisdom, and courage, being able to live fearlessly because we have a higher purpose. So a lot of the times we might be going through life and we might not have a purpose that's high enough to where we want to give up our ego. Our ego is being fed. We have something where we are just, maybe we're doing something that's not super meaningful to us, that doesn't call us to be the best that we can possibly be. And because of this, we are going to allow ourselves to only think about ourselves. We're not going to be caused to grow, to challenge ourselves, to be able to push ourselves as much as we can. You know, if you're doing like look, if you're in this, I'm not saying this is bad, but if you're doing like a dead-end job, you know, you're at this dead-end job and you could just get up in, you can clock in, clock out, do that over and over again. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You're making money, but it doesn't call you to be your best self. Now, what we have to ask ourselves as somebody who wants to be able to free ourselves from our limits, our ego, thinking about ourselves, our insecurities, anxiousness, all that stuff. We have to ask ourselves, what is the thing that is great enough to ask us to want to give that stuff up? So let me put it like this. So in this book, he gives the example, if you're a kid or if you're trying to get a lollipop away from a kid, and this kid really loves this lollipop, which is our ego, how do you get that lollipop away from that kid? You give them a bigger lollipop. So if we want to get rid of our ego, we love as kids, we just love to hold on to this ego because it's hard to get it away. We have to give ourselves something greater, something bigger to look towards, bigger to go after. So in anything that you're doing, how can you tie it to a bigger purpose? For my videos, I always set faith-based goals. Faith-based goals are things that make me motivated, they get me excited, they get me ready, because it's based on bringing faith, serving others, like bringing my faith and sharing my faith, serving others, and being able to do it as best I can. Even with recording these videos, these 1,000 videos, it's forcing me to get up here every single day, even if I don't feel good, even if I feel like I don't look good, anything like that, and record these videos for you guys because that's something that gets me out of thinking about myself. I'm serving y'all. That is something bigger than myself. And it gets me excited, even if sometimes it's going to suck, you know? So if we want to get rid okay, so that's what it does. Let me say, when I do this, that's what actually helps me get away from thinking about myself. My ego is telling me, no, you don't look good today, so you can't record a video. But I'm like, no, I want to serve Christ. And that's a bigger lollipop than what I'm thinking about, but how I look. Do y'all understand that? That is so important, man. This is like I really want to share this with you guys, man. This is so important. Please, if you're feeling like you're just thinking so much about yourself, like you're just anxious, like I felt that, man. I felt that, and I've been there. And I think this is something that has really helped me get out of that. Because, you know, we could just get so self-conscious, thinking about what other people think about us, all that stuff. You know, even making these videos at the start of it, like I was thinking about people's approval. If you go watch back, like it wasn't so much so, but it was definitely there. I was thinking about this is how people make YouTube videos, so that's how I was making them. But now I'm getting up on camera and I'm just recording these videos because I feel like that's how I love to make these videos, and that's how I can give it to you guys best and how I can get better at this. So it's something that I had to kill my ego. You know, we don't even realize how big our ego actually is, but we had to kill it so that I could get up here. You know, just even going outside sometimes, man. Like there would be times where I wouldn't want to go somewhere because I thought like I didn't look good. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like I could give my best self, so I just wouldn't go. And that was my ego protecting me. It was like, no, I want to look good. I want to like be able to give the best energy I can so people are going to like me, versus just being like, I just want to be present. I just want to show up for this person, for that, for this thing, whatever it might be. If y'all know, you know what I'm talking about. I know that some of you guys, maybe you don't feel that. That's okay. There's many different ways that our ego will get the best of us. Maybe it's like with the people's approval, man. Maybe you're at work, you're trying to be the best that you can at work, and maybe you're doing a lot of work. Like you're over there, you're doing a lot of work, you're doing everything you can, but then all of a sudden, like somebody else that's a higher up isn't watching you do all this work, So you start thinking about like, oh, like, what are they going to think about me? Are they going to know I'm doing the most work? So you start kind of posturing in a way where it's like, I'm going to look like I'm doing the most work because I want their approval. And that actually ends up holding you back from being the best that you can. You get what I'm saying here? So there's many different ways that our ego is going to get at us. Our ego is going to try to hold us back. But what is that greater thing? What is the greater purpose, the bigger lollipop, that's going to get us to go towards that, to give up our small little lollipop of our ego? And the main thing he says in this is this: it just lets you live in fearlessness. It lets you live every day like it's going to be your last day, like it could be your last day. You know, these things that might hold us back, these things that might take us away from, you know, thinking about other people, being able to give our best to other people. You know, we can't connect if we're thinking so much about ourselves. That's the most important thing. We cannot connect with other people if we're focusing so much about ourselves. We can't connect with people on videos, can't connect with people in real life, can't connect with anybody. And that's one of the most important things. If you're going to a workplace, you got to connect with people, man. And if you're thinking so much about yourself, you're not going to be able to think about the other people. You're not going to ask them questions about themselves, anything like that. So what is that thing that's going to help you be your best self? I just want to continue to reiterate that. What is that thing? And it could be something you're currently doing right now, but you just got to realign it to be able to think about it, like I said, with the faith-based goals, think about it in a higher purpose so that you can start to kill your ego, start to get out of that and free yourself. If you feel like there's just a big weight that you are carrying, you got to free yourself, man. You got to be able to get this off your back. It's a big ass, oh, my bad. It's a big monkey on your back. You got to get that off, and you got to be able to just continue to go towards something bigger. Go towards faith. Go towards something that's going to call you higher. But I love you guys. Let me know what you're currently doing right now. Let me know how purposeful it feels. And let me know how your day is going today. I love you guys. Peace.